What's going on, everybody? It's Big Chris, founder of Third Lane, and I'm here to talk about the new collection, Roses and Blooms. Well, let me get into about what Third Lane is. Third Lane is hustles with integrity. We started out as a shoe company. As a car sales company, and then we ended up venturing off into growing our own plants, selling shoes, selling cars, collections, clothes. Yeah. So basically, like this collection was just basically like built around roses and what they meant to me in my life. Um, Roses actually have a very special place in my life. Just the whole metaphor of a rose and a plant. Period. You have to plant the seeds. You have to water the seeds. They watch them grow, and then you enjoy them. So it's almost like a metaphor for life and achieving what you want to do in life. You have to put the work in, continue to put the work in. You have to at least start it, then put the work in. Then once you put the work in, you have to be patient and watch it grow and nurture it while it grows. And then once you get to a point where you can enjoy it, you enjoy the bloom. So it's like this collection is more not just about aesthetic and how it look. It's more about the story and the message that I'm trying to give you. Product, we all can make product. Anybody can make product. But why would I buy your product over that product? It ain't about, to me, it's not about the product. It's about the story. I'm trying to tell you all the story. I'm trying to make a story. Even if the story gonna get seen today or tomorrow, maybe 100 years down the line, the story will get seen and it inspires somebody. I was inspired. Pharrell said a quote one time. I don't know the exact words, but it was something to the effect that ideas are like a library. This earth been here for 2,000 years plus, been here for a long time. And I'm pretty sure somebody has had these thoughts before about roses and the flowers and the things that it brings to them and the beauty of a rose. So it's like these ideas are like books in the library, and we check them out. We learn from them, we read them, we go through them, we put our spin on things, but you have to put that book back for the next person to check it out and try it out. So at the end of the day, this is my time to check the book out. And I just wanted to make sure I give roses its flowers, their flowers. Can you give roses a flower? Hey, I don't know. Roses in my life, man. Roses in my life have been like, I've had roses in my deepest, darkest moments. I had roses in my highest moments. I'm gonna tell you about one of my darkest moments. My darkest moments when we buried my father. I buried my father in 2018. He died of a heart attack, and it was just so sudden. I never seen it coming. And when we buried him, I made it a point to buy him a whole mountain of roses, and I have a picture of it, and it's just so beautiful. But at that moment and at that time, I was like at my lowest. So it's kind of almost like the beauty in the rose during the time of sorrow. Also, also, I could tell another story about one of my good friends. He was murdered. He was shot in the head or whatever, and he had a young daughter, and I kind of felt bad for him because I had my daughter, and I didn't know kind of felt bad. I felt bad, so it was like I tried to leave an impact. I didn't try to leave an impact. I just knew that roses was what I do to show my sympathy or show my love or show my regret. So I made sure it was a point that I gave his daughter a bouquet of roses. And to this day, she remembers that. And that's a moment in my life that I won't forget. And it's surrounded by the roses. So, like I said, man, we're not going to just talk about all the negatives. There's been plenty of times I gave my loved ones roses, congratulatory, out of love, happy birthday, those type of things. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, roses have a special place in my life. and it's a beautiful flower. You know, it's just one of those flowers that just never gets old. It's a deep. It brings a deep feeling, a deep emotion when you see a rose, a dark red rose, a deep feeling. So yeah, the details of the brand, of the drop of the collection was just based around, you know, the bloom of a flower and the life of a flower of a rose. You know, I just wanted to I wanted to invoke the emotions that come with giving roses, getting roses. When you see roses, what do they make you feel? You know, it's just a life. It's just a life. It's just a part of life. And if you sit up here and tell me that you never had these feelings or you never went through these things, I'm not gonna believe you just because, or you're simply not living life. And that's what I wanted to, and that's kind of like what I wanted to express with this collection. The bloom part is more just the enjoyment of it. You know, something like watching your kids graduate from college because you planted that seed, you watered that seed, you watched it grow, and now you're enjoying it. And then, as you're enjoying it, you give a bouquet of roses. It's bloom. It's became everything that you put your hard work into. You know, that's as a parent. But as a worker or trying to achieve something, it's the same thing. You plant your seed, you grow it, you water it, you grow it, you enjoy it, and it's just the whole life of a plant and the whole life of flowers. Is just it's just a metaphor for life, because flowers are a living thing. Believe it or not, they're a living thing. They live, they breathe. You know, so this collection dedicated to the bloom. Third lane.